So you just close your ears because you can get bored with this bit that you've been before, and we'll just talk to the ones that haven't been. As you know, paranormal encompasses a lot of things. It isn't just ghost hunting, it's all sorts of other things. So you might pick up things that we're not sort of specifically targeting, and if you do let us know. Because paranormal is the umbrella for anything that's not normally associated with day-to-day life. We are all investigators, we're all detectives, so we don't have to have a belief in this to experience it. What we hope is that we'll open the channels for you to experience something that you've not experienced before. And it isn't for me to tell you what I do or what Barbara does, it's for you to pick it up. So hopefully I will start the ball rolling and we might get some very pleasant or maybe unpleasant visitors. But you can pick them up by sense of smell, by touch, by just a feeling that you get. And that's your natural way of saying there's something there, there's something behind you, or you might feel cold. They do appear in very, very different formats. And when you see the website, you'll see orbs and you'll see light shifts and things like that that can't be explained in any other way. So the other thing we've got is some Ouija boards. And I know that a lot of people are frightened of Ouija boards. Ouija boards are a piece of resin, ours are. They're just resin with a piece of glass on with letters. They don't hold any evil whatsoever. It's a bit about your belief system. If you think in your own life, in your day-to-day life, that something evil is going to happen, inevitably it will, because you're preempting something. The dead are the same dead as they are when they're alive. If you're nice when you're alive, you're nice when you're dead. If you're not nice when you're alive, you're not going to be nice when you're dead. It's as simple as that. You get some nasty people in life, don't you? I mean, you meet some horrible people. And you do when you bring in people from the other side. So we have got to understand that not everybody is a nice person. But if we pick something up that I feel isn't pleasant, or that we really don't want to talk to, then as those of you that have been with me before, I will shut it down. Because you don't know what you're messing with sometimes. And I absolutely will not allow something to come through that might be not very pleasant, unless you want them to, and then we can deal with it. We open them up safely, we close them safely. Can I just remind you, it's not something to play with. This isn't a game for me. I live with this day to day and I'm quite used to it. But it can be a bit scary, and I think we're starting to up the game a little bit because we're experiencing some quite different forms of paranormal. And although I'll tell you as we go round what I'm picking up and what I'm feeling, I think night of all nights, there are quite a few different things that we are already picking up. The one thing I want us to do is go on a bit of a murder hunt. I think I know who did it and I know why. And there's no historical record of this anywhere, it's never been proven. We always look into what we find out. I mean, I've got a degree in history, so I'm quite able to use the documents and the records that are available. If we pick something up, I will research it and see what we can find. And those of you that came to Fort Green all know that we actually did find quite a lot out of it wasn't. So we're investigating things that we can't see or hear, maybe. But it's a little bit of a murder hunt tonight, because I actually have picked up a few things that, please ask me if you get worried throughout the tour tonight, find me. Doing this a little bit different tonight for a number of reasons. I'm going to mix with all of you at some stage. One, because I do out, or they get a bit bored, or we're not picking things up, to stir things. I don't want them to feel left out, so I'll Ouija boards, and hopefully, is that mixing of the it's very, very Georgie actually.
Did you find that out?
Yes, yes. There's somebody there called Georgie who I know very, very well. And
I won't ask what's the name of him and ask them.
We have got a picture of him on somebody's camera who's now on honeymoon. When they come back, we need to get it sent to the website, because we actually now have him acting and all, and you'll be able to see who it is and why. So that's something that, you know, was quite interesting last time we went back. So hopefully. Yeah, we've had a bit of an experience outside, which we're going to have to deal with. It was
Barbara is a psychic artist, that's right, isn't it, Barbara? Do you want to explain what you do?
Well, you've just seen what I do. I'm sorry, Sylvia, to be doing while you were talking.
That's fine,
I didn't
absolutely
put people
fine.
off, but Dan did ask had I done anything, had I drawn anything while I was going round. And I don't work like that. I work like an automatic, like you work with automatic writing. So I don't see, I'm not seeing ghosts or anything, you know, around the room or whatever. I just go in the zone and it works through my hand. It just, you will see, you see what I see. You know, a nanosecond after I've seen it. I do not see it in my head. I put it on paper. I don't visualise it. I don't. You know, it just happens on paper. And as the energy comes in, then I get some information. I felt when we were in here before, I felt there was something here, and I asked Dan, "Did you know what this place was?" And I feel very much. I think the staple's somewhere on there, this was. I believe this was something to do with stables and things, because I've got this guy. This is who I've just drawn. So that's the sort of stuff I do. I've got a William named William with him. I've got him as something to do with horses. I think his hair is quite like a wig, sort of a bit like, you know, you'd have sort of like a coachman sort of thing. So it's going really quite far back with this guy. And we're in his, you know, this is his domain. He's just letting us know that we're in his patch. He's not unhappy or anything. He's just stating his claim. As you can see in his eyes, that is, you know, it is mine. So that's how I work. So as I go around the rooms, I will just sit and just let the energy come in. Is this resonating for you?
We just went outside and we just had an experience with the blacksmith. The problem I had was that I actually said I can't see him, which is really unusual for me. And just as I said it, he lifted me off my feet. And he took me to where he worked. And then a little boy came and fetched Andrea, who I could see. But the man who wanted me to go round, I actually couldn't see him at all. And that's so rare for me. And I was just saying, wasn't I? It's really, I could hear the horses, we could hear the chains.
Of horses.
And we all heard that, we all heard at the same time, the clip-clop. And he came and fetched us. And he actually lifted me up. I said, I can't feel anything, I can't see anything, but I can feel him. And as I said it, you could feel his hands on your arm.
Cold there, but you were warm here.
Yeah, and then he lifted me up, didn't he?
You can remember me saying earlier on, I could hear horses and coaches.
So he is here, yes, and I don't know, he wouldn't come through the front door at all. And I think it's because he wouldn't have been allowed in at that time, in that period, because they were servants.
Little boy used to sleep in the stable.
Yeah, at the other end.
He didn't want us to come back.
So that was interesting, very interesting.